Hey guys, how's it going? And happy Friday and definitely a happy new year. This last year sucked and well, this next year it's going to be what we all make of it. So I wish all of you encouragement, love and support, and we're going to need to stick together next year, obviously. But the fact that I get to hang out with all of you and it's like we're one big family on here gives me a lot of encouragement for the new year. Not that it's not going to be tough. It is. I'm a realist, but a lot of life is what we make of it. And I hope all of you guys are able to make the best and during good times, build up as much strength as you possibly can. So when they come to try to attack our natural God-given rights, you can fight like hell to preserve them because we can never, ever, ever become a communist country. And I hope that's encouragement for all of you. I've got your back. I know a lot of you guys have mine. So we'll stick through this together. And by the way, with all of that said, let's go Brandon, the former vice president. Why? Well, because he is the former vice president. And let's go Susan WikiWiki. So we're going to talk tonight about some upcoming videos for the new year. Actually, it's getting to be quite the long list of them that I have uploaded unlisted to YouTube, ready to publish, except they're kind of sitting in the Susan Court of Appeals, if you will, right now, under review by the teams. It's written team, parentheses, us, parentheses, are reviewing your video. So we'll see how that guy goes, guys. But I've put a lot of effort and had a lot of fun making some videos that will be up on YouTube as soon as possible. And I'm also posting on locals virtually every day. So lots of content coming. We're going to talk about that. Now, in the title, I bought a Sky CPX2 for $21. Actually, kind of. And I'll explain that. And there's a link down in the description where you guys can go to the locals post. I cannot promote places that sell firearms on here. It's just YouTube's policy. But on locals, I can. So that's about the best I can give you guys. But I will tell you this. That deal that I took part of is still going on for about another 2 hours and 14 minutes by my clock. This is Eastern time. The link's right there in the description of this video over on locals, and you guys will see what I'm talking about. So, no, it's not clickbait, but it is kind of, and I'll talk about that in just a little bit. I'm also going to talk about a little bit of the Swampfox Kingslayer optic. I showed it to you guys a little bit in a past stream. Now I've actually mounted it to my Pro 2A Tactical AR-45. There's a link about that on locals too down there in the description. And I'm going to give you guys a little bit of first impressions, and they're actually pretty good. So I appreciate all the ways you guys support the channel. So many of you guys on Patreon, YouTube channel members, all the generous super chats that you guys leave is totally awesome. People supporting on locals. Definitely join the locals community if you haven't yet, guys. There's a link down in the description. We're giving away a Taurus G3C. Literally, no strings attached. Not here on YouTube, though. But over on locals, I know a lot of you guys have already entered in that. There's a link to that post, but that's going to end tomorrow evening, okay? So make sure if you guys are interested, this is going to be the last call over here on YouTube for that. Taurus and I are super excited. It's going to come with 6 12-round mags. Totally awesome. Taurus loves you guys. Wanted to show their appreciation to all of the viewers that enjoy their products, and I definitely wanted to show appreciation to you guys. So, yeah, any perks I get from Taurus or these other people, I definitely want to give back to you guys, and that's what I'm doing with that Taurus GAW that's over there on locals. For those of you guys who aren't in good health, look, we're all praying for you. If somebody needs any help, just let us know down there in the comments, because I'm telling you guys, prayer is power. And a good friend of ours, Scott Plagueman, he reached out over, I think he's in the chat right now. How's it going, Scott? How's it going, Christy? And he reached out on a locals post and said, guys, my wife, she's not doing so good. I don't want to say too much here. That's up to him. He can share as much as he wants, but I respect people's privacy. He said it's not so good. She could potentially have something that's life-threatening. We don't know. So they had to, the whole Christmas evening, sit there in the hospital in anticipation. Now, they knew it wasn't going to be good no matter what, but it could have been like really, really bad. Like, will she live to go through New Year's? I mean, people think about that stuff, but she's a young woman. She's in good shape. She's looking great. And she has a health issue she's going to have to deal with probably the rest of her life, but she's hanging in there. She's doing okay. And, you know, I just know, like I said, I know it works. So if anybody needs anybody, if anybody out there, you know, physically just let the chat know. There's some of the best people you'll ever meet in your whole life that hang out in this chat. And that's why I keep doing these streams. And if you're not mentally doing so well and you need a friend, same thing. Seriously, reach out. Awesome, awesome people. They will literally have your back. And that's what we need right now as a community. And I just want to thank you guys for taking care of each other and for help giving me the strength to keep going on, because I have all the same frustrations you guys do. And I love to talk about guns, but there's a lot going on right now. And we'll talk about a couple of current event issues too that people have been kind of talking about. See what you guys think. And I'm going to go over a list of a bunch of upcoming videos that are either literally already uploaded into YouTube, just sitting there, right? Just sitting there waiting. It's literally like the Court of Appeals you have to go through. It's called restricted, then you appeal, then they review. Sometimes they say yes, sometimes they say no. It is what it is. But to answer a question I've been getting a lot lately, which is kind of a shocking question, but I'll answer it. No, I'm not leaving YouTube, obviously, because I'm here right now. And I've been posting a stream a week, literally forever. I think I've been probably the most consistent gun tuber with streams. Like, I literally haven't missed a Friday stream in years. And I usually post at least one video to go with it. So I thought that was kind of the obvious thing, but I think I need to say it because people keep asking me, so why did you leave YouTube for locals? I didn't leave YouTube. I'm here right now. Now, the stuff I'm putting on locals, which is tons of cool stuff, we can't put on YouTube. So here's how this works. If I didn't do locals, it's stuff that nobody would ever see because, look, there's been about 10 different new sets of rules, restrictions related to firearms on YouTube over the years. They just put another one down last month. So that's how that works. But obviously, I'm still here right now, but it's a question I needed to answer because it gets asked a lot more than you could possibly imagine. And I really don't know why, but hey, it's all good. People are probably just wondering. But no, I'm still here on YouTube. I'm uploading. I can upload a video over to locals within seconds and it just posts. Here on YouTube, it has to go through a certain process nowadays just to make sure, because there's so many rules and policies. It's hard to really know for sure what you're doing at any given time, right? And a lot of times people say, look, dude, I'd like to support you, but I just don't have any money. That's totally awesome. If you go over to locals, there's ways you can support the channel free over there. I also have an Amazon link that I haven't been talking about much lately, and I can tell you guys kind of forgot about it. So I just wanted to remind you, there's an Amazon link in the description of this. Every video, every stream, if you click on it just before you make your normal purchases, it does help the channel and it all adds up. And that's how I'm able to get all of the cool stuff for the channel, because personally, I'm not a wealthy person, and all of you guys' support and all the little things you guys do is what makes all of this stuff possible. Band Talk, how you doing, man? Man, that's another guy. Jeez, dude, just keep up the good fight. He has a good channel that I really like. I've shouted him out a lot on here, and the last week I've been kind of bummed out because he hasn't been streaming. Well, Susan got to him. He got another strike, and he's currently in the hardcore Susan jail right now. Right now, some of my videos are in jail, but the channel's doing just fine. But he's in the official Susan Wiki Brig, right? What do we call this? The Gulag, and his channel's gotten struck several times. So good luck, man. Good luck, Band Talk, and just keep up the good fight, dude. Seriously, it's kind of crazy right now. So let me get going right off the rip here. I'm going to share my screen. And this is just what we have to do right now, guys. I can't touch guns on live streams. Literally. Trust me, I held up a slide a couple months ago explaining how it's not a firearm, and they stopped me midstream when I had my friend John Crump on here. So I literally cannot touch guns on here, but as kind of a workaround, I'm going to screen share and kind of show you guys a few posts I made on locals, and that'll help me talk about a few current deals going on that I can't give links here. Trust me, I'm not playing hard to get, guys. I literally can't. There's a bunch of new rules and regulations on here lately, but I want to help you guys out. So we'll go over here and share some screen stuff. Locals is completely free to join, or you can support. And these posts that I'm going to show you guys, I promise you, if you go over there after we're done and sign up to my locals for free, you'll be able to view them all. You'll be able to click if it's something you're interested in. Trust me. All right, Drinking Buddy. He said, thanks for the year of vids, my guy. We fight like hell 2022. Much love for all. Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. And I'm excited. I have lots of videos ready. both on YouTube, definitely, and also over on locals. What I like to do lately is I'll make a main video for YouTube, and then I'll put bonus footage that I can't quite show. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah. I'm glad you guys are here tonight. I didn't know if anybody would show up at all because it is New Year's Eve. But like I said, I haven't missed a Friday in a long time, and I'm not going out drinking or partying tonight. So I thought I'd hang out with all you homebodies tonight that are kind of playing it cool. And hey, at least we're not on the roads getting hit by a drunk, right? I mean, that's a real concern on New Year's Eve. Somebody asked, did I win the gun? Well, I would suggest that you go read the post over on locals, and you will see very clearly in typeset that is actually going on until tomorrow evening. So last chance, if you guys are interested in that G3C, it's over there right now. Yeah, who's watching the network trash anyways? I have no idea. There's better looking women in here tonight anyways. Linda 2A girl. Always good to see her for sure. I kind of have a crush on her. If you guys didn't know, I've made that known before. I don't normally with my viewers, but with her, I did make an exception. You know what I'm saying? I'm just looking at the comments real quick. Geez, look at all these channel members. Thanks for the support, guys. We got Threaded for My Pleasure. We've got Mike McClune, Joe Pichetti, Denny's Plant-Based Journey, Scott Plagman, Rafael Davis, not a channel member, but he's been supporting me in many ways for a real long time. We've got Gort. We've got Band Talk, a huge supporter of the channel. We got Joe Morgan. He's been here forever. Mateo, of course, who's basically my right-hand man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like Carl said, nice to see you back. I never left, guys. I never left. So if you're seeing this randomly, check to make sure you're still subscribed. They do unsubscribe about 10 people every night. Look, guys, I try to keep my head up. Do you know how frustrating this is? People that like my channel saying, glad to see you back, or they come into a video and they say, where did you go? Why did you quit YouTube? I didn't quit YouTube. I didn't go anywhere. It's called shadow banning. It's called the algorithm. It's called Susan Wiki. It's called these type of people hate us and just want us to curl up in a ball, but we can't because we need to have fun talking about guns and doing gun reviews. We need to talk about the Second Amendment. We need to talk about your natural rights that were endowed by your creator, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that's like literally a beautiful thing, and we need to keep perpetuating that. But they don't want that for whatever reason. If I had a nickel, I could probably just, for every person, just in the last couple months that says, why did you quit YouTube? Why did you stop streaming? Why did you stop making videos? But here's the thing, I didn't stop. I could just literally probably retire from landscaping and plowing snow. I'd be a very wealthy person if I had a nickel for every person that said, where did you go? Why did you quit? But I didn't quit. So I have no idea what's going on, guys. I really don't. What's happening, Ron Wayne? Nice to see you, man. We got Bill Camperus. What's happening, dude? Some people are having a few brews at home right now. That's awesome. Go 2A from California. Man, you guys have always had a big fight on your hands. I wish you guys all the encouragement I possibly can, you know. I feel bad for you guys over there, but you got to keep fighting. You just got to keep fighting a little harder. And there's a lot of you guys over there. There's strength in numbers, and people need to remember that. Yeah, re-click the bell. William's reminding us. I don't know, guys. I don't know what games they play, but hey, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me go over here because I seriously don't want to do clickbait. I promise you guys this isn't. Let me share my screen real quick. Yeah, I'd rather be hanging out with you guys too than partying. You know, this is my party every Friday night. And I really look forward to this. I truly do. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. I always like a nice compliment. Thanks. All right, let me share my screen real quick here. I'm going to show you. And look, this isn't me. Look, I'm not trying to over promote locals. Locals is what it is. If you guys are over there, you already know that it's awesome. This is just a good way, though, for me to actually show stuff that I'm having a hard time with over here, right? But we can do screen sharing. It just sucks because I have all these cool guns sitting like right next to me that I cannot touch. Thanks, Anti-Socialist. These are available from Black Swan Tactical. The link's in the description. I think this color is currently sold out, but that's just due to supply shortages. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. All right, so I'm going to come over here, and I put out this poll on the YouTube community post. A couple of you guys actually gave me a little bit of feedback, which was awesome. most people were basically like, the sky's blue. I eat bananas. Like weird. Like I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Look, I can review whatever I want because it's my channel if I wanted to be that way. But I actually like to do stuff you guys are interested in. So over here on Locals, I reposted the same poll over there on that I did on YouTube. Elite Survival Systems. I bought their big luggage bag that I showed you guys during one of the Black Friday deals. I think I got an awesome deal on it, and I'm really actually enjoying it. I think it's an awesome bag. So I bought it with my own money, totally promise. And they reached out to me in the meantime, and they're like, "Hey, do you want us to send you a couple things to review?" And I'm like, "Well, first of all, only if I can get something for free to give to my viewers, like in a giveaway. But yeah, let me look." So instead of just picking out what I personally wanted, I put up a little poll. So if you guys want to take part in that, I'm looking for like a little concealment pack to carry a gun and a few extra things when I'm on like an all-day trip, which is what I'm talking about in there. And I just wanted you guys' feedback because I thought it'd be more fun that way. Here's an awesome M4 complete upper deal there. Dickinson Arms bullpup. Some of them I do make for supporters, the Legos reviews that I do with my daughter here. Here's a preview. Let me pull this up. You guys might like this. So this video is uploaded. I wanted to actually post it on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, but not one YouTube employee has looked at it yet. And I spent a lot of time doing the video, and I don't want to post it when it has heavy restrictions on it. It's what's called you post it, and it's put into like this restrictive status, and then you can go through for an appeal. So this is a little teaser. This is 5 AKs that maybe some of you, but maybe not, have never even heard of before, let alone seen. And I bet you haven't seen all 5 of them in the same video. I thought it'd be fun, and it is uploaded to YouTube. I'm just waiting to get through that appeal process to try to get it out to you guys as soon as possible. So here's teaser picture number 1. Number 2, and I actually showed this in my local stream last Saturday. By the way, I'll be streaming there tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time. I stream on Locals every Saturday night. Love hanging out with you guys there too, because in this picture, I was actually touching a gun while live on camera. Here's a teaser for the other AK. So that's number 3. Maybe some of you know what that is. This one, I'll let you guys look at it just for a second. It's kind of interesting. I didn't want to show too much because this is just a teaser. There's a video that's going to be out on all 5 of these. So take a look at that. Look at the angle of that receiver there. That's a little hint. And then here's the front end of another AK that you don't see every day. You'll notice that nice spiker there. And look down at the bottom left for another little clue on that one. I think it's pretty cool. Some of you guys like AKs, I assume, right? Good job, Mateo. Good job, Linda. Take care of them. Get them out. Get them out. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it. I have awesome moderators. They'll take care of it. I'm literally not even worried, even a little bit. Oh, boy. I don't know if this is a decent question or not, but I don't know. Get him out. Get him out, Linda. Does he live in a warehouse? Oh, boy. You guys are funny. Love all of the awesome people in the chat. What's up, Richard Monder? How you doing, man? Happy New Year, dude. Happy New Year. Richard Monder from across the pond. He's a good dude, man. Hey, this is why I can say, guys, I'm actually famous in Europe because he bought some of my merch from Black Swan and is representing it all the way in Europe. So I'd like to thank him because I don't really do this. But if I were to try to impress somebody, I could say, hey, there's a little bit, at least a little bit of 2A EDU merch. I've gone intercontinental, intergalactic, you know. And thanks, Richard, man. That's hilarious. But it's true though. The story is true. It's just funny because if I'm in the right mood, I'll tell someone, "Hey, I'm kind of known in Europe too." I guess I am a little bit. Now check this out. There's a little satire in this title. There's a little bit of truth. Crappiest gun of 2013 to 2022? Question mark. I don't know. I'll find out soon. $21 brand new 9mm pistol. Yes, kind of. So here's the deal right now. I can't tell you guys where. I can't tell you exactly how, but there's links over on Locals. So for the YouTube team that's watching this, welcome. I know you guys enjoy the stream, but I'm not sharing it here at all. It's over on another site. But check this out. So right now, a certain place has the Sky CPX2 with the Crimson Trace red dot available for $250 free shipping. Now, this Crimson Trace red dot it comes with is a 1500 series. As far as I can tell, very similar, very comparable, probably about equal price or so of their 1550 series. So if you go over to the 1550 series on Crimson Trace's website, and Crimson Trace is a company that's been around forever, mainly into lasers, all that kind of stuff, right? But they've also been making red dots for a few years. The 1550 red dot goes for 179 bucks. Okay. So we have a $250 pistol, but there's a $50 rebate that ends tonight at midnight. So if you buy one of the CPXs that comes with a red dot attached to it, $50 rebate. One that doesn't have the red dot attached, 25. So we're at $250 free shipping, minus 50 for the rebate, $199. Okay. Now, if I were to buy that red dot anyways, which it's actually been on my list of something I'd like to experiment with for $179, that leaves me the gun itself left for $21. That's how I came to that. And in full disclosure, that's what the title means. A brand new 9mm pistol, 21 bucks, kind of. Meaning if you were going to buy the optic anyways, right? With the rebate, with the sale price, because here's the deal. It's on sale for like $100 off, and there's free shipping right now. The link to this post on Locals is in the description of this YouTube video, guys. Trying to make it as easy to get to as possible, all right? So it was like on sale for $100 off, and free shipping, and $50 rebate, and an optic that's worth about 179 bucks according to my research. That's how I came up with, if you look at it that way, kind of sort of a pistol for 21 bucks. Now the Sky. Okay. I've been avoiding Sky on this channel for a long time, okay? And I've had comments come over the years because I do a lot of tourist reviews, and people are like, why don't you review the Skies? Will you review the Skies? I don't know. Here's the thing. I've heard from a lot of people that it's literally the crappiest gun there's ever been. That it's just terrible. Everything about it's terrible, okay? And I've also heard from many, many people that it's excellent and they love it and they have one and it's actually their favorite gun. I've heard both. Now, I have a limited amount of experience with it. I bought one for my wife to carry a few years back when they were kind of all the rage. And we took it home and I was dry firing with it in the living room with her. And that trigger pull is like 9 to 10 pounds. That's what they say it is. I think it's even more. Double action only, hammer fired. I pulled the trigger a little bit and I'm like, wow, this trigger is tough. Like, ugh. Handed to her. She pulled the trigger a few times and said, I don't think so. Took it back to the shop I got it at, sold it back to him used, lost some money on it, you know what I'm saying, and moved on. But I didn't actually, in all fairness, go around and like actually truly do a thorough test of it. I'll be honest with you. The trigger just kind of stopped both of us dead in our tracks. So I was like, I don't know if I really want to review this pistol, but people still keep asking, and they have the optics ready version. That's what this one is that I'm talking about right now. The post is over there on Locals. Link to it is in the description, right? How's it going, Gary Weisner? Happy New Year, man. Nice to see you. Hey, Bill Alexander. Nice to see you too, dude. EV3 Dale. Look at all you guys, right? Yeah, John Doe says there's love and hate for everything. Sure. Okay, so let's just back up. So I'm just literally telling you guys that considering it comes with about $179 optic, it's already on sale. It already has free shipping, $50 rebate. And all that information is over there on Locals. If you were to use that link, it would help the channel a little bit because that's an affiliate link. But that's not what I'm trying to sell you guys on. I'm just literally letting you know it's out there. Now, I have some other pistols that I want to test that red dot sight on. So here's how I look at it. If the gun were to be so terrible that I guess I wouldn't literally throw it away. I'd probably give it away or see if I could get a teeny amount of trade in for it. But hypothetically, if I were to throw it away, I have a red dots that I can use on other firearms for the channel. People are asking about red dots. I have a few optics ready pistols that I have no dot for. So I'm like, I guess the worst I'll be out is 21 bucks. So here's where I'm at with it. This is not me recommending the Sky pistol right now. Not at all. If you love it and it's your favorite pistol, I'm not hating on it either. It's actually neither nor. I just saw it came with this $180 optic, and I'm like, dude, with the rebate, now this is going to take, a couple months for me to get the $50 rebate back. I totally get all that, but I'm like, man, I've been thinking about the Crimson Trace optics for a while anyways, like on my Canik TP9 SFX that you guys haven't seen yet. I'm also going to talk about the Kingslayer optic in just a little bit. And then I can do a little compare and contrast, right, between some of these mid-level price range optics that people are asking about. So I've got the Swampfox now. I'm soon to be getting the Crimson Trace, right? And yeah, I don't know. I'll try to learn with you guys. I bought the UTG. It was really cheap, but I didn't really like it that much in the end. So I'll let you guys know. If I like something, it doesn't mean you have to like it. If I don't like something, it doesn't mean you have to hate it. So I'm going to be getting a Sky CPX2. I kind of bought it for the red dot, but then I thought a little more. I'm like, no, I should shoot the darn thing, and I should probably do an unboxing review of it. I should probably take it out to the range, and I'll try to be as fair as I can. I already know I hate the trigger on it, but people are all different. There's some people that tell me that they really, really love a long double action pull, and it makes them feel safer. It's just all these different things, and that's all a very personal decision. So what's happening, Marco Polo? How you doing, man? Davey85, what's up? Nice to see you guys. We got Judas Priest in the house. What's happening, man? Got friends texting me like crazy, popping up notifications, covering my chat here as fast as they can. That know that I stream every Friday night. And I think I see one of them in the chat right now, and they're texting me away. But yeah, look. So I just wanted to let you guys know that's in the title. Sky CPX 2. $21, kind of. It's actually true. I promise. Look at the link in the description of this video. You have till midnight tonight. It must be purchased before the new year hits for that rebate. Again, I'm not recommending it. I'm also not trying to be a hater. I just thought I should throw it out there, right? Anyone that's not familiar with locals yet, maybe someone in the chat wants to help explain. You guys certainly don't have to. I've talked about it a lot. And here's one more thing I'm going to say. There's a link to join my locals down there in the description. It's a social media site, no censorship, okay? I can post whatever I want about guns over there, and I do. And I stream weekly where I can touch guns, and it's free to join. So there you go. I don't really want to beat a dead horse and try to sell people something that's free that I promise they'll like, but people keep asking, so go check it out. If you don't like it, unsign up. If you're a free member, I can't give you your money back because it's free, but just go try it out. It's pretty cool. Yeah, it looks like we have, yeah, it sounds like there's not a lot of love for this guy. I don't know. I'll put out a video and see what happens. Maybe it'll be channel suicide. Maybe not, but that's all right. People come in and have all kinds of opinions on all kinds of things. I just saw the CPX. I thought it was a good deal. I've been wanting to try out the Crimson Trace optic for a little while anyways. Lots of fireworks and shotguns going off all around my shop here. God bless Glocks. And long live Taurus GX4. I love my GX4. I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but Glock, I don't know about them. I heard some stuff about Glock. I have to treat it as a rumor right now because I can't find an actual verified source, but I heard a rumor. I heard they're making the people in Georgia take the you know what. So I don't know. I've heard a lot of people there are threatening to quit. I've heard there could be a shortage on Glocks coming up. I heard that from another YouTube video that some of my viewers shared with me. I do not know if it's true. Okay. I don't know, but I've heard things and people have asked me already, why aren't you doing a video exposing Glock? Well, I'll talk about it right now. I just heard something from another YouTuber, and I'm not doubting that person at all. That's the thing, but I don't have an actual verified source. When somebody says, an unnamed friend of mine that works there told me this, that's not quite enough for me to come through with an official report. And I do always check my sources whenever I report breaking news on here. So I don't want to say a whole lot about that other than the fact that I've heard the same thing a lot of you guys have heard, that Glock is going to try to force their employees to do something that we've heard a lot about in the last year and a half. And yeah, I hope it's not true. Okay. I've heard that it is, but I just can't report on it. You know what I'm saying? I just can't report on it. What's happening, Yellow Dog? How you doing, man? Tried to hook someone with True Shot. Yeah, I've talked about True Shot Gun Club quite a few times. There's a post for it over on Locals. They've got an awesome deal where you sign up for a membership. It's $99 a year. If you use code 2AEDU20, you save $20 off of that. So $79 a year, and you get free shipping on any quantity of ammo order. And I think it's totally awesome. So I've already paid for my $79 by doing several small shipments, which is awesome. Thank you, Yellow Dog. He had this made for me and sent it to me for Christmas. And a lot of you guys hooked me up for Christmas, and I made a small video over on Locals for that. Tea is in hand, and this is a nice tumbler. Thanks, Yellow Dog. I appreciate you, dude. My buddy from Michigan hanging out. Long, heavy trigger pull. Who loves it? I don't know, I don't know. Again, some people do, though, and I believe them, you know. And look, this is all a personal choice. I don't want to tell people what they should like, what they don't like. I'm not the type of person that likes everything, though. I'll tell you guys on here, and I've done it in the past. I have a video with a lot of views that says, not the review I was hoping to do. Right in the title. Got some more information on it from the owner of that company. Put up a very thorough follow-up, to be fair. But if I don't like something, I'll tell you guys I don't like it. You know what I mean? The A-Zone Rewards is out of stock. I did not know that, Yellow Dog. I don't know how it's out of stock. Maybe a glitch on the website. It's a service. You sign up for the A-Zone, pay for it, then the very next purchase after that going forward, free shipping on ammo. I will have to check that out later. Might be a glitch. I don't know how the membership would be out of stock, but that sucks. Maybe it was a limited time offer. But I've been telling you guys about it for over a month now, so hopefully whoever wanted it could get it. This is how it works. I've been telling you guys about it for 2 months. Now that it's gone, everyone's going to want it. I don't know. Just go over to my Locals, guys. I post this stuff right away. Sometimes some of these deals I post are literally gone within 15 minutes. Sometimes it's that quick, you know. Can't add it to cart. Okay, well, thanks for letting me know. GSXR, dude. I will email them. They're probably not working over the weekend, but I do have a contact over there, and I'll find out what's going on with that. What's happening, JJ Rainey? Nice to see you, dude. I'm not sure. I will check it out afterwards, Bill. I don't know what you guys are talking about for sure. There's a lot more of you guys in here than me, and I kind of take a quick peek, and you know what I'm saying. Let's go back over here and share my screen for a second. Yeah, we live in uncertain times. Definitely. The only thing that's certain, though, is we got a fight on our hands throughout the next year. We're going to be happy. We're going to have a great new year. Happy New Year, everybody. But what did the Chinese say? It was their old proverbial curse. May you live in interesting times. That's basically what the former vice president said. Do you remember that? Remember that? They were debating. 2020. The former vice president. Shout out to Misty Wayne for making these decals. I've sent almost all of them out to you guys. Just sent a bunch of stuff to you guys the other day. People that win my little giveaways. I do it on Locals all the time, spontaneously during streams. I do it on here. I'll give something away tonight real quick, too, before it's over. Why not? The former vice president was debating the president. Do you guys remember that? And he said, if you elect me, it's going to be a dark winter. May you live in interesting times, right? And that's kind of what's going on right now. But I think we'll be all right. Now, you guys hate the Sky pistols. Look, if I hate the pistol and I do get like the $179 in value out of the Crimson Trace Red Dot, because that's what they sell for, I guess I'm down $21, right? That's why I took the gamble on it. Like I said, I've heard people that love the Sky pistols, and I'm sure they do. People say they love it because of the trigger. When I bought one for my wife, we took it right back and traded it in at a loss. We said no. The trigger, it was just no. And I'll be honest with you guys. It's basically the only pistol that I've ever bought and got rid of it before I shot it. Because in my opinion only, the trigger was just that bad. But some people love the trigger and told me that's their absolutely favorite part. It looks like most of the people that are in here tonight don't like it. I don't know. This is not a review. I'm not suggesting that you go out and get it. I just felt like I'd be remiss if I knew a way to get Look, if you value the red dot at $179, that's what it retails for. You can kind of sort of get the pistol itself for $21 with rebate, with the sale, with the free shipping. For those of you just joining, the link is down in the description of this video to the locals post, because I just can't share stuff like that here. If I share one link like that on this platform that took you to a site like that, they would just go, Ask Band Talk. He'll tell you what they do to you on here. It's no joke, guys. But I do love being on YouTube. I'm not trying to overly complain. I'm not complaining at all. I love being here with you guys. I'm just literally explaining for all the people that don't quite, get what's going on yet, why I'm posting certain things over on locals and just referring to it here. And it's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. When you think they couldn't do any more, they come back with another set of restrictions. So that's the deal with this guy. $250 free shipping, $50 rebate. You get a Crimson Trace optic, which is right here. That retails for $179. I've been interested in the optic, highly interested in it for a while. So that's where I came up with, well, if I don't hate it, I'll be out $21. Here's a pink version. There's a $25 rebate on this variety. Here's the stream that I did about a little less than a week ago. I was giving you guys previews of some YouTube videos. Here you guys go. Last chance. This is literally ending. The Taurus G3C GAW, not on YouTube, Susan. It's not going on here. Okay, it's not on this site. It is going on right now, has been since the 25th. And it is going to end the 1st, which is tomorrow. If you're watching this in real time, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's it. It's real simple, guys, and I get it. If you're not a supporter on locals, you can't leave a comment. That's not my rules. It's just a way for them to encourage you to support. That's how locals gets funded. They take 10%, which is less than what a lot of the places do, right? But I have a way around that. If you guys actually read the instructions, you can enter with being a totally free member on locals, and I promise you guys that 90-something% of my locals community members, people that hang out, are free members, and a lot more of them enter than the paid supporters. So there you guys go. Here's ways you can support for free. I was talking about that earlier. If you're over on locals, there's ways you can buy stuff that you'd normally buy anyways and get it totally for free, or support me rather for free. I'm sorry, without you actually donating per month. Here's Marco Polo wishing us all a happy new year. Thanks, man. I appreciate it, dude. Awesome. But yeah, right here, guys, I put a video up explaining how to do it. I kind of typed it out. It's really, really easy. I promise you that for sure. All right, let's see what you guys are up to in the chat over here tonight. Someone's making ice cream. Okay. Oh, Linda's making ice cream. Nice. Marathon. You're watching movies while you're watching this? Jeez, oh, Pete. Come on. I don't know. Somebody said there was trolls in here tonight. I don't see any more. Do you see any, Mateo? I don't see any trolls in here tonight. I think we might have for about 5 seconds. And yeah, I hope they had fun. Their fun was short-lived. It kind of makes me feel bad sometimes. They create a whole new account. Right, Gort? Mommy's here. He's all good. I'll show you guys 1 second here. We made 3 of these Christmas cards, me and my baby girl. 1 for the channel that I wanted to keep up through New Year's here. And we gave 2 away. So you guys should be getting those soon. The 2 of you that won these, I sent them out. Lamy is right there. He's doing good. He's doing good. He's just kind of out of the limelight just during the holiday week here between Christmas and New Year's. I figure, we'll take the Christmas tree down. I mean, that's the official 2A EDU Christmas tree this year, right? So some upcoming videos. I'm working on right now the Pro 2A Tactical 45 ACP AR. I'm going to do it first in the 16-inch barrel, and then I'm going to make it back into a pistol. It started life off as a pistol. Right now it's a rifle. So we're going to do videos on the rifle. 45, takes Glock mags. Totally awesome. There's a link about those guys down in the description too. Not directly to them, Susan, but it's in there if you guys want to know more. And then after I'm done reviewing as a carbine, I'm going to turn it back into a pistol. And here's where I wanted to segue into the Kingslayers. I showed you guys these briefly. They were 30% off. Buy 2, get 1 free for Black Friday. don't know anything much about this company. I just kind of bought them blindly based on you guys have been asking me and kind of suggesting this company, right? Well, I have one currently. Excuse me. I got my tea tumbler right over here. I have one currently mounted to my Pro 2A Tactical AR-45. I can't touch it right now, but you can almost see it. It's one of those barrels sticking up against the Escort box. See that barrel right there? That is the Pro 2A Tactical AR-45. And I mounted one of these. I bought 2 green dots and 1 red dot, and I mounted one of the green dots to it. And all I have to say is, wow. Like, this reticle is awesome. Now, this is not a review, guys. I'm just giving you first impressions. I've not shot it enough to know for sure the longevity of it, okay? In fact, the posted advertised battery life is very lackluster, and that's where I'm going to knock it. But I want to call a spade on this, because I bought these with my own money. Swampfox has no clue who I am, like I thanked you guys earlier. Literally, channel members, Patreon, people that leave super chats, people that support on locals, and all of you who just watch my videos. That's what makes this possible. So there's 2 ways you can do this on YouTube, okay? You can have your viewers and your friends help keep everything going. Many ways you guys can do it actually for free. Amazon link, description, all that stuff. And I'm just reminding you guys of this because there's 2 ways you can do this on YouTube. You can call up companies, and I don't know if Swampfox does this or not. I'm just telling you guys how it goes in general. You can say, will you send me these items for free for a positive review? Or it's the opposite, and I get emails a lot. Will you review our item? We'll send you the item for free. Sometimes we'll pay you X, Y, or Z, different amounts, and for a positive review. Well, hold on a minute. If someone wants to help me out and loan me something that my viewers want to see, that's one thing. But I will give you this that you've never heard of before and money in exchange for a positive review. That basically means you only get what you're getting paid if it's a positive review. And that's kind of like starts to fall into what people call shill or whatever terminology. People use the word shill wrong all the time, but that's kind of close to the definition of it. So I did what I do. I went out and bought these with my own money. I definitely have some stake in the game here because I bought these, and I'll knock it where I want to, and I'll compliment it where I want to. And I'll tell you what, this reticle's awesome. Literally. They saw the Swampfox in this reticle or just a single dot in the middle. It's like perfect. Like, where's this reticle been my whole life? Now, keep in mind, guys, I'm new to optics and red dots like this. These modern green dot, red dot type optics. I'm new to it. So maybe that's why I'm so easily impressed. But the clarity of this was really, really sharp. Wow, was it sharp. I've been fooling around with a few cheaper, lower-end optics lately, and this thing's so darn crystal clear, even at lower intensity settings, high intensity settings. It's like, wow. Thanks for reminding him, Mike McClellan. What's happening, Mike? How you doing, man? You're a huge channel supporter. I appreciate you, dude. Yeah, don't forget the thumbs up, guys. It's just a little way to help. I've got people running in by the dozens every day saying, I thought you quit YouTube. Why'd you quit YouTube? I'm unsubbed. I don't get your notifications. Well, I've been streaming every Friday night for a few years straight, never missed one. But, you know, do you guys have experience with these? This is the Swampfox Kingslayer. It's kind of their more budget-ish option. They don't give these away, but they have a couple other ones that cost a little more and are supposed to be a little bit better. But, man, this thing is like crystal clear. I want to say it one more time. There's no types of like starburst coming off the middle dot. It's super, super bright. The price was certainly right. They had a buy 2, get 1 free, and it was 30% off. So it worked out to like less than $100 a piece. It was a Black Friday deal. I had no insider scoop on it other than a viewer told me about it. I bought it with like an hour to go before it was too late, or else I would have posted about it, guys. Sometimes I find out about stuff where I have like minutes to pull it off. Just like if you guys want a Sky CPX2 for 21 bucks, kind of, sort of, if you were going to buy the Crimson Trace optic anyways, that rebate does end in an hour and a half. Just letting you guys know. People will be watching this a year from now, complaining, giving me a hard time. It just sucks the way people are nowadays. If you guys don't let me vent for 30 seconds, I'll come on here and try to do people a favor. This is a live stream, okay? It's a live stream. And I will have people come in a year later and say, screw you, you lying, whatever. And they'll, they try to be mean to me. And they'll say, this guy does not have a $50 rebate. It's like, dude, I just found out about it yesterday. Bought one myself, put the post up on locals within 5 minutes of me buying it. And now this is the first chance on here I got to tell you guys. But somebody will watch this tomorrow or the next day, and instead of going, dang it, I wish I would have tuned in live and caught it, they'll get mad at me. So, oh well. That's all right. I don't know about the longevity law yet. I do have one mounted to my Pro 2A Tactical 45. I will hold it and show it to every one of you who are watching my local stream tomorrow night, 9:30 Eastern time. Free to join. I'll make this stream available for free members as well as supporters. They tell me over on locals to grow the viewership, you should make some stuff. You should make some stuff more for supporters. But I tend to err on the side of making almost everything free, even if it's to my own detriment, because I just like hanging out with all you guys. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know the longevity yet, but I have one mounted to my 45 ACP AR right now. And I'll tell you guys this, the clarity and just the design of this reticle is like 100%. Just awesome. Now here's the downside. And I haven't got a chance to test this yet. I've been testing this for a week. Okay. Not even quite a week. Monday, so 4 days. They advertise up to 2,500 hours battery life, and that sucks. I'm gonna call a spade. It just sucks. So I always get people mad at me both ways when I'm too honest like this. Look, two things can be true at once, right, guys? I love how this thing looks. It's one of the sharpest, coolest looking optics I've seen in a long time. Love it. I love that it has the side battery tray, which it better because the battery life is terrible. But the reticle is crystal clear. Like, I love this reticle, and it's just like, if it's bright or if it's dim all the way across the spectrum, I turned all the lights off, took it outside in the dark on the lowest setting all the way up to the highest. This has one of the most beautiful crystal clear reticles I've ever seen. I don't know how. Maybe I just got lucky. Maybe they're all that way. But there is a but here. I hate, it's just true. 2,500 hours is lackluster at best, or if you wanted to be overly critical, just crappy as heck. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to keep talking about the sky, even though it is good for the algorithm. You guys are loving ripping on the sky right now, right? Happy New Year, Reese Boy 123. What's happening, man? I thought I saw Born to be Shooter Josh. Happy New Year, man. Nice to see you too. Look at all these good people in here. Caleb 1776. Hey, I'm going to be reviewing a couple of these for you guys on different guns. There's one on an AR-45 right now. I think I want to throw one on my Taurus TX22 competition slide. And the third one's going to be debatable. And I'm not sure yet. I have like more guns than I do optics, but that's why it's tough. There's like 12 guns I'd like to try an optic on, but I have to budget my optics here because trust me, this stuff gets real expensive, 2,500 hours blows. So back to this, the Crimson Trace, right? The 1500 series that comes on that Sky pistol. That's kind of like where I'll be getting the pistol for $21. That whole thing I've already explained a couple times. You know what I'm saying, guys? That one has like, what is it, 15 or 20,000 hours. And I don't have it in front of me. It's one of the two. It's either 15 or I think it's actually 20,000 hours that Crimson Trace advertises. And it's like, well, hold on a minute. The retail value of these are about the same. These retail for about a couple $100. The Crimson Trace is about 180. There's Hollow Suns that usually tend to cost a little more than this. And they're like 20, 25,000 or more. This does have the auto timer where, let's see here, auto off. Okay, so auto off illumination at 4 hours. Now I'm noticing mine doesn't shake awake. So I'll give you guys an example. My little Hollow Sun that's on the GX4 Toro that I've showed you guys, the 407K green. I know I missed one of the letters in there. That one does both. It puts itself to sleep after a little bit of time. And then as soon as you touch it, like within 1/100th of a second of touching it, it comes right back on. This one, unless there's something wrong with mine, the one I've been testing so far does not shake awake, but it does auto power off. So after 4 hours of it not being touched, it turns off. That helps save the battery. And then I have to hit the little up arrow once on the side of it to turn it back on. That's the downside. I wish it had Shake Awake, but it is cheaper than the Hollow Sun. But it looks awesome. So you guys make up your own mind, and I don't expect you to off of this. This is just me kind of, just giving you guys some real live updates I'm going through. I'm nowhere ready to do a complete review on this yet. I think the aesthetics of it, very handsome looking optic. What do you guys think? I'm being serious too. These things look good. The glass is very, very clear. In my opinion, it has a plenty large enough window. Now, they do make a couple other higher end versions that get better battery life, okay? And also have, the newer models have some of these more features. There you go, Butane Clan. Exactly. And that's where you guys are kind of helping me out too. How's it going, dude? Good luck with your channel, man. I know you've had a lot of troubles too with Susan Wiki and the algorithm, right, man? You, Band Talk, a lot of my friends are having to kind of take their videos down and move them elsewhere. That's why I keep telling you guys about what I'm doing on locals. I ain't trying to rob my YouTube viewers of anything. Trust me. I'm showing stuff over there that my channel will get nuked instantly if I did the kind of stuff over here I am over there, right? Toy Town Inc. What's happening, man? Happy New Year. Hopefully this doesn't make it too boring on replay. I'm just liking to read a lot of chats tonight because you guys are all having a good time, and I like all of you. Number one Big Bear. I got these from Swampfox directly. It was on their Black Friday sale. So a viewer told me about it. I had very little time, or else I would have given you guys the heads up, but we'll see. The glass is awesome on the Kingslayer, okay? The dot itself and this whole reticle, it's just awesome, beautiful. Everything about this thing cosmetically is beautiful. It doesn't have Shake Awake. That's a downside. And 2,500 hours battery life sucks. But to kind of make up for it, it does have the side tray where you can change your battery within like 10 seconds. And you don't have to take it off your mount and lose your zero. That's kind of a big deal. The Crimson Trace one that I got, that I kind of got the Sky Pistol for 21 bucks by buying the Crimson Trace. I know that sounds weird. I'm just explaining it because new people come in, and I don't want people to think that it was clickbait, because I promise you it's not, okay? I promise you it's not clickbait. It's true. Go click on my locals post. You have 1 hour and 24 minutes till the rebate expires. Anyways, that Crimson Trace is a bottom battery, but it gets way more battery life than the Swampfox. But with the Crimson Trace, it's all trade-offs in life. That's what I was trying to explain. That one sits so low profile that it has an iron sight built into the back of it, and it will co-witness with the front sight. So that's a plus. And to get the optic as short, like the tail end of it as short as possible, they kind of need to put the batteries underneath, because that battery tray, the way it works, it just adds a little extra height to it, it seems. So there's a trade-off with everything, and that's why I try to review different things, just because, I don't know, there's a lot of you guys that have a lot of questions, and you guys work hard for your money, and it's nice to see a review you can trust before you just go head over heels and buy everything you see, like me. Most expensive hobby over here for sure. Hodge Mods just joined locals and entered. Thanks for the opportunity. Not a problem. The Taurus G3C, not on here, Susan. We're not giving it away on YouTube, but over on locals, it ends 8 p.m. tomorrow, New Year's Day. G3C 9mm, 3 extra mags, courtesy of me and Taurus, and we're both really excited and really happy to be able to do that for somebody. Not a problem, dude. I hope you're doing good. Happy New Year, man. Happy New Year, born to be a shooter, Josh. What's happening, dude? Yeah, you guys are, like I said, some of you guys are, yeah, I wish they would update this little Kingslayer, you know? The budget was nice. It's a really cute little red dot. Handsome little guy. Look at that. I don't know. It is what it is. They, like I said, they were buy two, get one free Black Friday. I wanted to try it out. So, yeah. Taking a quick look at the chat over here. All right, somebody asked me about some more upcoming videos. I don't have a script, guys. I promise, but I do have a sheet of paper because I literally had to physically list the videos that I'm working on. So here's the videos that are in Sue's jail right now. So what happens is I upload, okay? The algorithm grabs it and says restricted. Not suitable for several things, okay? This isn't just about ad revenue, guys. Trust me. It's about, if it's restricted, yeah, I don't get the ad revenue, but that's not much anyways. But here's the problem with it. Nobody sees the darn thing, okay? Nobody sees it if it's restricted. So I refuse to post videos if they're restricted because it's just not worth it to put all my time and money and effort in there, only to have viewers coming back months later being like, dude, would you do a video on the, let me think here, FNP90? The FNP90. Would you please do a video? And I'm like, but I did. But it was restricted. And like only 1/10 of the people saw it. And like long-time subscribers will ask me to do videos on guns I've already done, but they're restricted, it's called, and nobody even knows I did it. Nobody cares. People don't, I mean, you guys know what I'm saying? So trust me, it's a real thing. When they restrict it, it's not the, oh geez, I'm gonna be cheap and sit there and argue with YouTube over $3.78 of ad revenue. That's actually not it at all. If there was a way they could just like get rid of the ads but not shadow ban the crap out of the video, I'd have all these videos posted right this minute, but it just doesn't work that way. When it says restrictions, it restricts the viewership, it restricts all kinds of things, and people will say otherwise, and they might be right, but I've studied my YouTube studio numbers and I can pretty much prove it. So that's the decision I make. So right now I have an FN P90. It's actually a PS90 video. I did a rather thorough review of that. That's sitting in YouTube jail as we speak. The YouTube Court of Appeals, they wouldn't issue it bail. So I'm sitting there in jail with about 5 videos with no bail, waiting for a team, okay, parentheses us. So a team or multiple teams will go through and review these videos, and we will see what happens, right? So PS90, I have something on locals about that where I talked about awesome local gun shop, Supermatch GNA. My friend let me actually borrow it. Okay, the owner, he has a couple in his collection, so that was awesome. The CMMG Banshee 300 series, the 4.6 HK. It's a newer round to the United States. It's not a new round, and I actually talk about that in my PS90 review. It's a round that's been out technically for, geez, almost 20 years now, but it kind of sort of never really took off in the U.S. for reasons. And CMMG with their Banshee 300 series Mark IV, I did one of those, again, at a local gun shop where he had one in stock. Still has it, actually. If you guys are interested, the information on where there's one available is over there on locals, too. So any HK46 fans, any of you guys like the CMMG Banshees? This is a pistol. It uses that axial delayed blowback, which I like straight blowback firearms, and I'm reviewing a 45 blowback right now. And soon I'm going to be reviewing something from Palmetto that's a 9mm direct blowback, and they're fun and they're awesome. But there's just something about that CMMG axial delayed blowback system that kind of puts it in its own league if you have the money. That's how life works, right? There's no free lunches anywhere. Happy New Year, Jim. Nice to see you, man. Robert Ribbit. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. Thank you. Ego Riser says, hey, here's the More Liberty friendly year. Well, let's hope so. We're going to have to do that ourselves, aren't we? A lot of our own destinations up to us. And I guess that's kind of a crappy thing, but it's actually a really good thing. It's good. You guys have some control over your own destiny. Doesn't mean it's not going to be an uphill battle in the coming year, but you guys can make it hopefully a little happier new year, right? Than the last. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. For sure. Alden Davis, what's happening, man? Great to see you too, dude. Geez, look at all these good people popping in here. Steve-O, 545. Happy New Year, man. And let's go, Brandon. Misty Wayne made these for you guys. She said she wanted me to keep one, okay? I'm going to keep this one. I have like 2 more left, okay? I need to give those away too. Have you guys seen... let me get back. I want to talk more about the videos because sometimes I get sidetracked. Yes, there's usually quite the backup, like Gort's saying, on the CMMGs. I do know where there's a 4.6 available right now. I can't promote gun shops on here, and I'm not Susan, but there is on my locals, if you guys are interested, the one that I reviewed. PTR 91. I've had one for a long time, Gary. Gary Wisner just bought it. It's a delay blowback. It's a roller delay blowback. Yes, it is. Yep. Very familiar. It's the old, people call them roller lockers. They're not truly roller locked, but they're roller delay blowback, the MP5. You got the HK94, HK91, 93. There's a lot. I could keep going and going. But yeah, very tried and true system. That PTR 91's got some kick to it, though. It's got some thump. I like it. I like it a lot. Not quite as smooth as an FAL, though. The FN FAL, just a little bit smoother of a shooter. But I like the old, it's a G3 clone is what it really is. The military version was the HKG3, otherwise known as HK91 for civilians, and then the PTR91. I also have a couple of the Century C308s, which were made on Satme C, Spanish Satme C parts kits. And a piece of trivia that's actually, it should be well known, but it's not. The Satme C did not copy off HK. In fact, it's the complete opposite. It was developed in Spain first. So it started off as the Satme, C-E-T-M-E, the Satme C308, made in Spain first, and then made in Germany. Now, here's the deal. Really, though, the Spanish Satme C is still kind of sort of a German-designed gun. It was a workaround after World War II. The Reich that was supposed to last 1,000 years, a lot of engineers got disbanded during that process and had to flee to other countries, okay? Some of which wound up in Spain, okay? Spain, Portugal, Argentina, many places throughout the world. I'm just literally, I won't get into all of that because I could go on for hours. And there's tons and tons of conspiracy to go along with it. But this is what we do know. There was a treaty that had to be signed. It was an unconditional surrender of Germany. Unconditional. They didn't let them negotiate back. It was just, you'll surrender on these terms, and this is the way it's going to be. That's what the Allies told them. So part of that was they had to limit their weapons drastically, okay? And they also had to seize much of, if not virtually all, of their domestic production of firearms. Well, with them having the Sturmgewehr, the STG-44, and the knowledge to create that, while not legally being allowed to create it anymore, with some of the German engineers had now taken up shop in Spain, it was actually developed by remnants of, and I can't even say the name of it because we're on YouTube right now, but we'll say that Reich that was supposed to last 1,000 years, that started in the late 30s and was demolished or somewhere in 1945, okay? Early 30s to mid 30s to 1945, if you guys know who I'm talking about. Susan Wiki, she said Brandon was the most popular and the most fortified of all time. Okay, so Spain, we've got German engineers over there, right? They have knowledge of these type of stamped sheet metal guns, STG-44, others, and they kind of took up shop over in Spain, developed it as the Spanish Satme, C-E-T-M-E, and it wasn't for years later that they actually brought production over to H&K and started making the G3 battle rifle, military rifle in Germany. Another little interesting piece of trivia that kind of goes along with that. So the famous P-38, the Walther P-38, right? It served frontline pistol in World War II. Now, there were still some P-08 Lugers and others that were being used, but the most prolific, I'll say, the famous P-38. Made at other factories, the Mauser factory, the occupied factory of Spreewerk or Spreewerke, depending if you're German or not. I'm not German, but it looks like Spreewerk, right? So they made the P-38s at several factories during World War II, and they made millions of them. And I have a few in my collection that I really enjoy. A pistol that was way ahead of its time, to be honest with you. Features that were developed back then in the 30s into the 40s. It started off actually as a civilian model, the HP, the Hare's pistol, and then ended up getting adopted as the P-38. Now, after the war, they couldn't make those anymore either, so it would become the P-38 post-war, and then the P-1, if you guys are familiar. Still being used in Germany for police today, actually. I don't think the military uses it so much, but some police forces still use the P-1, P-38. There is a distinction. The frame was steel in the originals. Then it became an aluminum alloy. But back to what I was getting at, I actually have a Manurhin French-made P-38 that was made shortly thereafter, where Germany was sanctioned against even making their own sidearms, so they had to take them over and have them made in France. So lots of interesting stuff about Germany post-World War II. A lot of their Mausers went over to Israel, who had become a nation shortly after the war, and they took and rechambered a lot of German 8mm Mausers into 7.62 NATO, aka 308. Just tons of interesting stuff happened after World War II, but technically, whether there were German engineers that were working there involved, otherwise, the roller delay blowback system that we're all so familiar with the PTR 91s, the MP5s, the Century C93s, the Century C308s, that was actually developed out of Spain. And I might have just bored everyone to death, but sometimes people like it when I get on little rants talking about just history and firearm stuff, because I'm a huge firearms nerd. In my spare time for fun, even outside of YouTube, I actually study all this stuff. And I might have got one or two things wrong because I'm reading from no script. Nothing's in front of me except for I'm literally just looking at the screen with all the chats, but that's pretty much how it went down. MKJO, nice to see you, man. Another guy, I bet you're really looking forward to Band Talk getting back online. Guys, go check out the Band Talk channel. You're not going to be able to watch his stream tonight, unfortunately. Usually you can after mine, but he's kind of kicked off of YouTube at the moment right now, but he'll be back. He's a really, really nice guy. I consider him a good friend. I'd like to say IRL. I haven't technically met him in real life, but these relationships are real that we develop. So a lot of you guys I consider to be real friends, even if we can't meet. IRL. That's what somebody told me. Stop saying in real life. You're sounding old. You have to say in IRL, right? I don't know. Thanks, Davey85. The rest of the guys are all asleep, but thank you. Davey85 made me a little rant about where these roller lockers actually came from. One more quick piece of trivia. I hear you, MKJ. I can't wait. Band Talk's good people. One of the smartest. Look, if we had a whole country full of Band Talks and all of you guys in the chat, we wouldn't have the problems we have. But since we do have all these people that want to make us a communist country, we need each other. And we need Band Talk back online so that he can keep spreading the message. Now, look, all these roller lockers aren't truly roller lockers. They're roller delay blowback. However, I do have a gun in my collection. It's called the Visor. The CZ Visor VZ52 pistol. It's chambered in 7.62 by 25 Tokarev, and that one actually literally is a roller locker. It actually locks the breech with a set of rollers, completely locks itself in place as it comes in and out of battery. I actually have one like right over there. It's a crying shame, but I can't because we're on YouTube. But yeah, the true roller locker is a CZ52 pistol, not to be confused with the 7.62 by 45 VZ52 rifle. Yeah, there's both. There's the CZ VZ52 rifle and pistol, but the 7.62 by 25 Tokarev pistol truly locks up with a set of rollers. What's happening, man? You've been back. Geez, what's happening, Rick Nieper? My Michigan buddy here. Apparently my Florida buddy now. Been back in Michigan for a half hour. Want to go back to Florida. Dang, dude. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Is everybody doing good out there? Like I said, dude, I know those prayers, and I know some of you guys aren't as religious as others. I personally am, but I don't impose that on you if you haven't noticed. Whether it was your good vibes, your thoughts, your prayers, it worked. It worked. Look at Scott, our friend Scott that hangs out in here. His wife, considering what it could have been, she's doing pretty darn good. And she has some issues still, but she's going to be okay. So let each other know. I just saw Band Talk, basically saying in here, y'all are awesome. Appreciate you, fam. Yeah, you guys are awesome. I kind of see the chat out of the corner of my eye while it's live, and then I definitely come back and watch it over the weekend. And I hope this isn't the case. I truly do. I hope you guys are all doing awesome. But if there's someone out there that's feeling a little low right now, you're just not doing so good. Maybe you're thinking about bad things for yourself or others, and it happens sometimes. Just try to reach out. You might actually find an internet friend that's able to kind of BS with you a little bit, or I know what you're going through, or you know what I'm saying, right, guys? We need to be there for each other. I truly mean that. It's the only chance we have. We're literally in a civil war right now. We're in a cultural civil war, and politics is always downstream from culture. This is the only chance we have to win this. Literally. Let's go, Brandon. Now, look, there's only very, very certain, and Band Talk will vouch for this. He knows about this stuff. Unfortunately, he knows literally right now. You're very limited on what you can say on here, but I will say this. I will say this. I'll say, let's go, Brandon. And then I'll say, according to Susan Wiki, okay, in regards to the former vice president, and according to NewsGuard certified sources such as Time Magazine, they said the most popular of all time. Okay, don't boo me. I didn't say this, guys. They said the most popular of all time. What do you guys think? Boo. Let's go, Brandon. All right. The most popular. But then they came back and they said, but hold on a minute. We're also here to reveal to you that this was the most fortified of all time. Now, fortified doesn't mean secure. You could, in certain instances, use it that way. But no, actually, that's not what they mean. Because if you look at the word fortified, it actually means to add more of something. The most fortified of all time. And that's according to Time Magazine, which is a NewsGuard certified source. How's it going, Susan? I know Susan and her team are really enjoying the stream tonight. I got a text message a little bit earlier, and it said, Happy New Year. And then there were hearts, and I said, you missed your chance for that, girl. Let my stuff out of prison right now. This darn appeals process is taking forever. I literally have 5 videos sitting there in purgatory right now on YouTube. So I saw the hearts, and then she came back and said, well, here's some hearts and love for the new year. This was a text I got from Susan, right? And then she said, just remember, NewsGuard certified, the most fortified. Look at this. Isn't this awesome? Lamy representing the most fortified of all time. It's true. Happy New Year from Trinidad and Tobago. Awesome, man. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are doing good over there. And look, I know you guys have struggles all over the world. So I hope you guys are keeping the good fight up over there and doing the same thing we have to do in these United States of America. Just have each other's back and say, nope, we the people, remembering that this is a culture war. And I wish you guys good luck worldwide. I know everything's different everywhere, but at the end of the day, look, this is a message that's literally relevant all across the world right now, always has been and always will be, literally. In essence, here's what we have. We can parse it out, and we should parse it out, but we really just have a battle of good versus evil. And evil will always prevail, always has, and always will prevail, no matter what, if good men do nothing. And that's why we have to fight. We have to fight the good fight for natural rights that are endowed by our Creator. And these are universal rights that apply to everybody in the whole world. It's just some governments allow a little bit of free exercise of them. Other governments allow a little less free exercise. And some governments literally allow almost none. But the people allow the governments to do that. See what I mean? It's like a cat chasing its own tail in the end. Because who is the government? Well, the United States was founded on a government that would be created amongst men and that would only exist to protect our natural God-given rights and would only be allowed to survive with the consent of the governed. Now, notice I didn't say there's any country in this whole world that allows free, unabridged exercise of our natural rights, because there aren't any. I'm just being honest with you guys, not trying to be doom and gloom. The United States is probably just like the teeniest sliver of a shadow of what it was created on when they wrote that Declaration of Independence and when they wrote the Bill of Rights. And when they started this great experiment on self-governance of the people, by the people, for the people, a government that would literally be there at the consent of the governed, and nobody I know consents. Everybody on the left I hear from hates the government. Everybody on the right I hear from hates the government. And then there's people in the middle that hate the government, but the vast majority of the people just don't even care. They wake up and they say, do I have food in my belly? Do I have something to entertain me? Do I have TV? Do I have a tablet? Do I have a cell phone? Do I have my guilty pleasures that I can indulge in? Whatever those are, because nobody's perfect. Everybody has at least a couple, right? And as long as they have that, they just don't care. And a lot of it is just literally consent by omission. The government believing it has consent of the governed when actually probably 99% of the people that actually care about what's going on, they hate everything to do with it. But the thing is the vast majority of the people just don't do anything. It's like a bully in school. If they come up and poke and pick and punch at you and you don't maybe start off by telling them to stop. Maybe you need to give them Cold cock them right in the mouth, right in the jaw to get them to stop. There's many different things, but if you don't say anything, they're just going to keep doing it. And they're going to assume that it's actually okay. And then they keep doing it more and more and more. And when people still don't say anything, they just keep going. And I think that's truly what the problem is. There's evil people who want to control people. And they want to take our guns because, look, once they take our guns, it all goes even faster and faster and faster. So like I've always said, and I'm going to keep saying it as long as I can on here, don't give up your guns. Literally, don't give up your guns. Look at countries that have. It's been not so good. But they literally just sit there and they say, sure, we have the consent of the governed. We've only heard from like 0.1% of the people that there's even a problem. The rest of the people say, well, I woke up in the morning, right, Scott? They wake up in the morning, they had a big bowl of cereal. Now, I was going to say they cranked up their thermostat and had heat. They don't even do that anymore now. Now, a lot of houses, you just walk in the room and it adjusts for you, or you're on there on your phone. But they got to lay down in a warm bed at night and have their bowl of cereal. Got to indulge in at least a few deadly sins every day that the government's always more than fine with that stuff, right? So there you guys go. And that was actually meant as encouragement. I know that sounded super doom and gloom, maybe, but it's encouragement, just realizing that the doom and gloom is out there. And that, yeah, don't give up your guns and you'll be all right. Because as Chairman Mao said, Chairman Mao of China, of communist China, hundreds of millions of people dead under his regime, more than we'll ever even know. Some say 50 million, some say 100 million, some say 150 million. Some people say you could never even count them all, literally, because they don't exactly keep good records of that. And the CCP, if you know what I mean. They don't really keep good records of that over there. But he did say something that was very true. He said all political power comes from the barrel of a gun. So there you go. That's some of the power that we still have inherent of the people. We still have guns, right? Okay. More upcoming videos. Yes, the Daewoo DP51, which is a civilian model number for the military sidearm that they call the K5. I do have it here in Michigan. Picked it up from Supermatch G&A, my favorite LGS here in Michigan, and it's here. I'm working on a video for that right now. I put a little teaser video up when I got it from Marksman Shooting Sports down in Westfield, Indiana. It was awesome seeing him. I think I'm going to have him as a guest on the stream pretty soon, by the way. We were both looking forward to it. He said get a hold of him after the holidays. So let me know on the chat. We've done it a couple times before. If you guys would like that, and I can have Chris from Marksman Shooting Sports come on, and we can do the old split screen here through StreamYard and hang out. So I couldn't bring it home. Me living in Michigan, you can't buy a pistol and cross state lines with it, which makes literally no sense to me whatsoever, but it is what it is, right? So I got it shipped to my LGS, picked it up. It's here. It's a cool pistol. It's a cool pistol. So here's what I'm going to do. I probably should do a couple videos with it, and I'll do a shooting video. Let me know in the chat. This is where you guys get input, because I do come back and read all these chats after the fact. But hold on a minute. Look at these people who just popped in here. Pillbox Bunker, what's happening, dude? Nice to see you, man. Dale Konya. Geez, these are all the people that were hanging out at Pillboxes. Look at this. We got JJ Rainey here. We've got Pillbox. We all hung out about a month ago, guys. It was awesome. I guess about a month and a half ago now. Denny wasn't with us, but he was here in spirit. What's happening, Denny? Dale, Michigan guy that we were hanging out with. Chuck R. What's happening, Chuck R? Check this out, dude. Our friend Yellow Dog hangs out with us here and over on Locals. 2A EDU protects the Second Amendment. This isn't part of my merch, guys, okay? My merch is at Black Swan Tactical. Links down in the description. But no, this was a Christmas present that he had made custom for me, and I did a whole Locals video talking about all the cool stuff that you guys sent me for Christmas. Christmas cards, some Brandon stickers. I'll show you guys those in a minute. What's happening, VA Wolf? Nice to see you, man. Hopefully you're still here long enough to hear me say Happy New Year, man. I hope you're doing good. Keep up the good fight in Virginia. I know you've been fighting as hard as anybody, probably harder than me. I mean, we don't need to compare ourselves, but let's just say this. VA Wolf's been fighting as hard as anybody, and all the Virginians and all the Americans appreciate you, dude. Marksman TV definitely has a great channel, Heaven Bound Trucker. I totally agree. He's become a really good friend of mine. Just an awesome person. He had a really fair price on that DP51, so I picked it up. So here's what I think I'm going to do. I'm going to do a review talking more about the pistol itself. There's actually a really interesting story about the Daewoo company, things like that. I don't want to give it away right now because I could rant for a half hour on that, but there's some interesting stuff about the Daewoo company that's no more, basically, and stuff like that. Now, I also have a Lionheart LH9 that I've owned for, probably 9 years now, 8, 9 years. I don't know, quite a while, which is made by not technically Daewoo, but the new company that took over. I'll explain some of the story in my review video of the DP51. But the Lionheart is basically a K5 DP51 modernized, made in South Korea. It was imported into the U.S., but that gun's actually no more too now. Now it's the Regulus, which is even a more updated, modernized, tactical-looking version. But it still has that triple action, if you will. They've actually called it like 3 or 4 different things. The safe action, all that, where you basically can cock the hammer back, then push it forward. I showed you guys a little teaser of how that worked in the video when I was down there hanging out in Indiana. But yeah, so that's probably be a pretty long video just explaining all that. And then the second video should probably be, if you guys are interested in it, me doing a side-by-side with the Lionheart LH9, compare and contrast to the DP51. They're both different versions of the K5, okay? The DP51 basically being exactly the same as the Daewoo South Korean K5 pistol. They just gave it a different name when they exported it to the U.S. The Lionheart LH9, it's the same action internally, but cosmetically and ergonomically, quite a different pistol, okay? And those are now kind of a modern-day forgotten weapon, too, because you really don't see those at all anymore. So, yeah, Mike McLuhan had given me some info on those guys that I thought was interesting. If you get a chance, Mike, and you don't mind, if you have any more info on that company or any links that I can mine from, let me know, because you had left a locals post. I'm sure you remember a few days ago giving me some kind of trivia, and I kind of wanted to compile that and put it into my video because I think some of the stuff you shared with me was really interesting. So thanks, man. But yeah, Daewoo is technically no more, but there still is. I'll explain it in the video. Geez, lots of stuff going off on here right now. Wow. I can't because I'm on YouTube. I was about to grab my Mauser broom handle over there. Not the first semi-automatic pistol, but the first semi-automatic pistol that was actually used in service. I got nervous. What can I say? There's so many gunshots going off everywhere right now. Whew. I don't know. Daewoo made garbage cars. I have no doubt. Their pistols, though, actually amongst the best. You'll find that with so many things. People say Chinese goods suck, even though we all use them because we have to. If you're watching this stream in any fashion, unfortunately, using products in China. But Chinese products suck. Okay, except for their guns, which are like awesome. All their military guns that they make for their military, for themselves, awesome. Same thing with the Korean. The Korean Daewoo car may suck. I've never had one. I don't doubt you guys for a minute on that, though. But their pistols, their rifles, their K series, K2, K5, there's a bunch of them, right? Awesome firearms. You'll find that with countries, though, where they definitely want to make good products for their own military, right? Look at the AK. Look at the Makarov, the Tokarev. I can keep going on and on. The SKS, my favorite rifle. Yeah, like these were made in communist countries where like people were living dirt floor poor, half starving to death, and they were just cranking awesome guns out of it. Mao literally eliminating 50 million people. They say up to 150 million people while cranking out Type 56 rifles, the SKS, right? Type 56 ARs, A space R, if you know what I mean. Right, Susan? Try not to trigger the algorithm too much tonight, but the Type 56 Avtomat Kalashnikova of China. Awesome. They really are. I'm not joking, guys. They're Tokarevs, all of it. Makarovs. They make clones of almost every Soviet weapon you can even think of. PPSH-41s, PPS-43s, like stuff that we've never seen here due to sanctions. We haven't even seen the parts. But yeah. No, it is natural for any country to want their weaponry top notch. I agree. The United States kind of craps the bed the most, though, believe it or not. I hate to say it. Yes, I definitely have a broom handle Mauser. I showed it on one of my very first local streams. I do remember showing it there. It's right over there. It's in case. Broom handle Mauser. It's an original one, too. It's an original. It says Mauser. You know, it was made by actual Mauser. Chinese made broom handle copies, by the way. They say were quite good. How long have I been doing this stream? Mark's asking. Been hanging out in the shadows for a very long time. Just curious. Well, welcome. I've been doing this stream every Friday night for, I don't know, how long has it been, Mateo? Time flies. Ask Mateo. He might remember. 2 years, 3 years. I don't know. It's been a bit. But if you're talking about tonight, I started around 9:40 Eastern time. I've been going for an hour and 25 minutes. Oh, yeah, they definitely want their own to be top notch. So, Daewoo DP51, a.k.a. K5, that's coming. Another video that I have uploaded literally right now, and I recorded it with Chris from the Marksman TV channel at his shop, and it's one I'm really looking forward to. It's going to be a little comparison of a couple 25 ACP pocket pistols. And I also recorded a bonus video that I have also uploaded. I'm waiting for the YouTube video to clear its whatever you want to call it. Let me go check, guys. I'm going to open up this other screen just to make sure. I can almost guarantee you they haven't even looked at them while I've been on tonight. I figured maybe the team of people watching the stream, while they got bored, they might come over and actually review some of my 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos that are sitting in the Susan Wiki, Court of Appeals, they call it. But sitting here, I'm looking at unlisted videos right now. No one's even looked at them. So hopefully soon, sometime in the undisclosed, out of my control future, you're going to see a side-by-side review with me and Marksman TV doing a couple cool little pocket pistols. That was a lot of fun to do. He's just so good at reviewing guns, guys. He knows so much about it. It's like, man, just when you start to think you learn a little bit about guns, then you hang out with him and you're like, yeah, I don't know much about guns anymore. But it's all good. Maybe that's what you guys like about me. He doesn't know much about guns, but I don't know what there is. Somebody said it was the blue hat that they liked, right? Hey, whatever it takes. Came for the hat, left for the politics, left for the guns, right? Happy New Year, John. Happy New Year, man. I do have a few of these. These are hard to get, but I said I'd give something away. So here's how this will work. Do you want one of these, Scooby-Doo? Look, my friend Matt Christensen, I had him on my stream last year. If any of you guys remember, any of you guys been around that long? Matt Christensen, awesome channel. Does standalone videos throughout the week. Does the Matt and Blonde show every Sunday night. Love it. Awesome guy, awesome channel. He started talking about Susan Wiki, and he's got his little, like his little sound mixer, wiki, like that. Yeah. Okay. So he started, I'm saying, you know what though? Look, politics is downstream from culture, and that's why I love Let's Go Brandon. I didn't steal it from him. I'm just doing it with him. Matt Christensen channel started talking about Susan and Susan Wiki on the streams. So I had these made up. Let me know if there's any Matt Christensen fans. I know him. He's a friend of mine. I can get a hold of him. I don't know exactly when because it's kind of the new year right now, but I will have him back on for another show if you guys want. Scooby-Doo, email 2aeduperks. I'm going to type it in right now at gmail.com. 2aeduperks@gmail.com. And yeah, say that you won the Susan Wiki sticker. I do have a couple more of these, and Linda will send one to you. So there you go. I told you guys I wanted to give something away tonight. I didn't know it was going to be a Susan sticker, but hey, these are hard to get. Who doesn't want a Susan Wiki sticker? All right, you guys are all going to say you want them now. I'll hook you guys up with other stuff, but I don't have a lot of these. So do the same thing, Born to be a Shooter, Josh. Same thing. Email that 2aeduperks@gmail.com. Say you want a Susan sticker, and Linda will get it out to the two of you guys. DB Cooper says, came for the guns, absolutely stayed for the politics. Well, thanks, man. And then that's the thing. Obviously, some people stayed. Here's the thing. The guys that say, came for the guns, left for the politics. Some of the same people have been saying this every week for like the past year. So they obviously stayed, or they wouldn't still be in there typing, right? But no, some people can't stand it when I talk about natural rights that were endowed by our creator. They're like, I just want to talk about guns. Well, there's channels that advertise that right in their name, guns and not politics, and that's fine. You know, if that's what people want, that's awesome. I'm going to do both because, look, there will be no guns. If people just want to keep ignoring it and say guns aren't political, you would have to literally be nuts to say there's no politics with guns. Now, do people have to talk about it on their channels? No. I truly mean what I said. If they never want to mention it once, that's, look, I'm not going to be some petty tyrant and tell them they have to. Now, personally, I would appreciate it if they would a little bit more. You know, people with millions of viewers and never once will mention politics. It is what it is, though. But I'm not going to be a petty tyrant and tell them they should have to do anything. So that's awesome. But, man, literally, we have a former vice president office that's saying that he wants to take your guns. Like, literally. And they're trying to pass red flag laws right now with the help from Republicans. I talked about that a couple weeks ago, didn't I? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you can say there's no politics involved in guns. Oh, really? It's like literally the most politically triggering thing there is. Like, obviously, like literally the United States of America was ultimately formed over guns. Because yes, there was the T tax. Yes, there was many things. But when they finally came to confiscate their munitions, their ammunition, their guns, that's when they kicked it off. So some things I just don't understand. When somebody can say, can we just have the guns and no politics? Now, I do tons of videos where I don't mention politics at all because I love just talking about guns, of course, obviously. But to literally say that there's nothing political that exists in this country with guns, someone would have to have their head buried so far in the sand that their head would end up coming out of their you-know-what. People say it all the time, though. They say there's no politics involved in guns. Ain't nobody coming for your guns. Oh, really? Then why don't you guys just go buy why don't you guys go just buy an auto seer right now for about $50? Why don't you go buy not an AR-15 that has M4 feed ramps and M4 style and looks like an M4? Why don't you go buy an M4 for about $50 to $100 more than the semi-auto version? Oh, you can't? Oh, really? Oh, wow. Because they banned them, because politicians banned them in 1986 and made it where only rich people are grandfathered in. Why don't you go buy yourself a brand new Type 56 Spiker? Because China does make awesome AKs. Oh, wait, you can't. For two reasons. Because in 1989, George Bush put in his assault weapons ban that said that you couldn't bring in a foreign assault weapon, whatever that means, extended magazine clip, like terminology that we don't even know about, but they espouse. You had to cut up all the guns, right? And put in where it had no more than 10 foreign parts and make them bastardizations and abominations of what they once were, you know? Go buy one. Oh, you can't. Not unless you have a lot of money, because you have to buy one that was literally made before 1989, because the Republican president, George Bush Sr., banned the importation of those. But don't worry, you can't even get the Mac 90 or the thumbhole stock version because Bill Clinton banned the importation of all of them from that country in 94. Go buy yourself a Sega. Go buy yourself a Molot. Oh, you can't, because the Democrat Barack Hussein Obama banned the one factory in Russia, and then President Trump banned the other. But there's still people that run their suck on here and say, what do you mean there's politics involved in guns? It's like, are you willfully ignorant, or are you just kind of not playing with a full deck? Like, I just don't understand. Can someone help me figure this out? Now, again, I'll make myself clear. You can have videos that are just enjoying the guns. I have many on my channel. Many, many, many. I literally have like 5 videos sitting in Susan jail right now that don't even mention politics. But for people to say that like there's no politics involved in guns and we're not at any risk, it's kind of crazy. Kind of scary, actually. Lisa Ortiz, Happy New Year. Nice to see you. Speaking of good-looking women in the chat. Awesome, man. Matt Morrison. How's it going, man? Happy New Year. You've been with this channel a long, long time, dude. Seriously. Awesome. I hope you're doing good, man. I hope you're doing awesome. I hope you're doing awesome, man. Oh, geez. Heaven Bound Trucker wants one for a target. The Susan Wiki target. No, I only had a few of these made. I don't have enough to give a ton of them out, but I did make a few. I made a few. Scooby-Doo, I got you, man. We'll hook up with you later. Randy Adams, what's happening, man? Happy New Year. Nice to see you, dude. Randy Adams 03. Another good supporter of the channel. Thanks, man. I'm a little bit clean shaven, but cut my hair off short. Did it myself. It probably looks like crap, but whatever. I haven't been to an actual barber or hairdresser or whatever you want to call it for a long time. Ooh, Scott came for the politics and stayed for the community. Let's go, Brandon. EV3 Dale says, let's go, Brandon. No, it's cool, Davey. I can't look. I get it. People say you're preaching to the choir. Well, that's okay though, because we do need to have each other's backs and support, right? And I can do both. Like I can literally sit there and talk about guns, which I thoroughly enjoy, the physical objects, but I can't just sit there and watch this former vice president and the most fortified, right? The most popular and the most fortified of all time just kind of march right through and take all of them without even saying anything, right? I mean, and that was me just kind of like rounding the corners of it and putting it very mildly. What's happening, Southpaw? Nice to see you, dude. What's happening, man? I thought I was going to have to grab my broom handle Mauser because there's people lighting off quite a few fireworks in the area around here. Yes, let's not be in Australia. There you go. Private salty cracker. Absolutely. Now, I think a lot of people are here for the Brotherhood, and that's not me. That's me literally. I'm pointing off to the side and where my chat is on the screen, and that's why I've stuck around. It'd be a lot easier a lot of days just to quit all this than to keep doing it in many regards. And I'm being dead serious, guys. But I'm not gonna, because I do like talking about guns, and I like hanging out with all of you guys, and I love, love, love talking about our natural rights that were endowed by our Creator. That's what I really, really like to talk about. For sure. Yeah, let's not be in Australia. Definitely, for sure. There was train cars worth in Australia. You can literally watch them. Train cars of them that took to be melted down and recycled into probably some kind of perverted yuppie art that these weirdos are into. I mean, literally. Bob says, no politics and guns is like saying no man needed to get a woman pregnant. And I 100% agree with you. And I don't know if that was meant to be ironic. I agree with you literally. Let me make that clear. But in this day and age, 2021, in about 40 minutes, 2022, there's probably a lot of people out there, the same people that want to take our guns, by the way, that would probably argue with you. If you guys know what, this is another topic they don't like you to talk about on YouTube, but I think you guys know what I mean. There's people out there that would say what Bob's saying is not true, but I think it is true. Bantalk says I should be able to buy a howitzer if I have the money for it. Absolutely. Because here's the thing. Civilians did own ships, warships. They did own heavy artillery when this country was founded. And trust me, if they wouldn't have owned that, we wouldn't have won. Now, we did enlist France's help, and that was actually a big deal too. Not that I particularly like France nowadays. Again, like I always say this, there's wonderful, awesome people in France. I'm not talking about just the people. Now, there's probably terrible people that live there too. But there's awesome people that live in every country of the world. I truly believe that. But France, the French government nowadays, probably not so much. But France was a big ally. But I'll tell you what, the people, actual private citizens, civilians they're called, right? Like probably all of us. Maybe not everybody. I just saw a couple non-civilians just kind of poke their head up over the thing. There's a few Fed boys in here. There always are. But besides them, yeah, civilians, just like most of the rest of you, owned warships. Now just think about that. Owning a warship in the 1700s was kind of sort of a pretty big deal. We're a lot less armed compared to, look, if you compare what the people, the colonists were, to the Brits back then, we are like way less armed in comparison now than we ever have been. And every year that goes on, and they keep coming up with a new model of machine gun that we can't get, a new round of ammunition that we can't get. Most people don't even know about M855A1. Kicks the crap out of M855, certainly in shorter barrels, but some would say even in long barrels. But the point is, most of the ARs that we're running around with, M855A1 literally just smokes it. But you can't even get it unless you get like minuscule amounts off of GB that it's questionable how it even got on there, if you guys know what I mean. You know what I'm saying? Good night, Rick Nieper. Good night, man. The Second Amendment's not political. It's the Constitution, and it's under attack. Yeah, it's political because people run on platforms of trying to abolish it. And what I talk about really isn't politics. I just use that term because that's what other people use. I'm really not talking about politics at all. I'll call politicians out here and there, but 99% of what I talk about isn't like this specific politician or that specific politician. It's actually about natural rights that should be so far above politics, completely and utterly non-negotiable, right? But yeah, they owned warships, they owned cannons, they owned artillery batteries. They owned all of that stuff at the time of the revolution. And if the colonists wouldn't have, we probably would not be the United States of America right now. I think that's kind of a proven fact. Mike McClune, thanks for such a generous super sticker, man. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate it, dude. And it has Tactical Hippo coming out of a treasure chest full of coins. Wow. Thanks, dude. I really appreciate it, man. You've always been so generous and definitely helps the channel a lot. YouTube's not going to help this channel, trust me. Let me pull over in my other chat here. I have to pull up another chat to look at the super stickers, which is cool because I like to actually see what they look like because they're kind of cool, especially all of the ones with the Tactical Hippo. Lami's still the main mascot on here, guys. See, he's right there. Somebody asked earlier, where's Lami? He's right there. He's doing good, okay? But the Tactical Hippo is actually running a close second. He is. You guys are talking about the Australia warning? I know. Jeez, oh, Pete. Think about Australia. Coach Steve, Happy New Year, man. He said, thanks for all your efforts and patriotism throughout the year, and God bless. Well, God bless you too, and thanks for all your support throughout the past year and the coming up one, right? Someone's talking about AOC's boyfriend. She has a boyfriend? Jeez, oh, Pete. That guy must have been pretty desperate. What about all you guys out there? Would anyone date AOC? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. You know what? Scooby-Doo brings up a good point. The worst thing that happened was the abolition of the actual citizens militia. I agree. Look, governors will say and the government will say, hold on, that's the National Guard. That's your militia. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's the governor's personal militia / the president's militia. They're both. They're both state and federal, but they're not actual civilian citizens militias. And I don't mean any disrespect to anyone who's ever served in the National Guard or still is. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm clearly talking about the fact that, to me, it's obvious. The National Guard is not the people's militia. They can get federalized. They can get deployed overseas. They can be used as a police force to police against we the people. They have military rank. They have benefits of being in the military. So I don't understand when they say, and maybe somebody who served can actually kind of like explain it to me, because I could be wrong, and I've been known to be wrong a lot of my life, but that's not a true citizens militia. Again, no disrespect to people that serve in the National Guard. I'm not even talking about that at all. I'm just specifically stating when they say, oh, we have a militia. Each state has its own guard, its own state guard. Okay, but then what happens when they federalize it? What happens when they use it to police the people in the streets in many cases? I don't know. And Republicans are real quick to call the National Guard on people, and Democrats are real quick to call the National Guard on people too. And certainly I'm no fan of certain organizations. I'm no Antifa fan, obviously. I don't even think I need to say that, but the National Guard marching through with, I don't know. This country's a mess in so many regards, but I don't consider the National Guard to be any type of military at all. Not when they actually have, look, they fall under a chain of command, and you can look at it within the state structure, and you can start to make certain arguments to all of a sudden you throw the wild card up in the air that, hold on a minute, they can be federalized. Remember when Trump said, I'm going to federalize the Guard here, here, and here? Yeah, the former vice president is talking about all of this. Police state over this. What do they call it? They call it many things. We'll just call it the flu. Over the flu. This current former vice president wanted to federalize every guard there is to do jackbooted things, and actually Trump called for it just as much as he did. Let's just be honest. I voted for Trump twice, okay? Might make me sound hypocritical, but I'm just being honest. All of them are. They all want to federalize every single local troop they have. They want to federalize everything with the states. The 10th Amendment, very, very important amendment. That's what makes it these United States of America, not the one consolidated federal government of America. No, the United States of America, where unless the powers were specifically enumerated in the Constitution that they would go to the federal government, all the power would lie within the states and then ultimately to the people. I paraphrased it, but that's what the 10th Amendment doesn't grant, but acknowledges that, look, the people are inherent and are supposed to be inherent in holding almost all of the power. And then the state could have a little bit of power, and then the federal government would have so little. It was written in our very, very short Constitution. Very, very short Constitution. And instead, they want to let us believe that, oh, no, because of the one federal, the supremacy clause. No, that wasn't supposed to mean that it was supreme over every part of our life. We're not supposed to be the federal government of America. No, we're supposed to be people first and foremost. And we're supposed to be communities, which can include townships, villages, incorporated, unincorporated, cities, towns, hamlets, then states. And the closer you are to the bottom is the most important, because the government is literally supposed to be instituted amongst men at the consent of the governor. That's literally you and your local government and your local school board and your local township hall, your city hall, up to your state's governor, right? And that the government was supposed to be there to maybe settle disputes in between two states, where if all of a sudden Ohio was like, oh, well, we won't let this delivery business come in from Michigan into Ohio while they're trying to do business with Indiana. I'm just giving you a real loose example, but that's actually what they founded things like the Supreme Court, the federal government. And here's the real problem, and there's only one way to fix this, and this isn't what this channel is about. It's more gun related, but here's the only way I can see to fix it. Instead of the federal government taxing people directly and then reallocating the funds back to the states should collect any taxes. First of all, taxes are completely unconstitutional, in my opinion. Let me say that. But we're stuck in a system where they're going to keep collecting taxes. I'm just being a realist. But if you would pay it to your state, and then your state could decide if the government needed a little bit divvied up to it. It's the opposite of the way it works right now. As soon as a state or a governor comes in and says, well, hold on a minute, I'm not going to comply with this restriction, that restriction, shall not comply, they'll say. And then the government comes in and says, then we won't give you federal tax dollars. You won't be able to ever pave a freeway again. You won't be able to do this. No, this country was founded that the people would hold the power, and then the states would answer to the people, and then the federal government would answer to the individual states. And it's literally written down in plain English. And please don't take what I said that I actually support any type of taxes, because to me, it's all literally robbery. Okay. It's theft. But if we were to need to tax, and there are a few arguments where, well, we do need to have roads and sewers and a national defense. Okay. There's arguments, but it should not be that everything gets paid basically. The massive amount of what you pay gets paid up to the federal government, then it gets to divvy it out to the little pawn plebe governors for their states. It's not the way it's supposed to work. Marco Polo with the super chat. Thanks a lot, man. And happy New Year to you too. I hope you're doing good, man. I really do. We've got National Guards taking over the hospitals and all kinds of crazy stuff right now. All kinds of stuff. If you're not already gone, good night, Lisa. Nice to see you. And Merry Christmas to you and your boyfriend, and Happy New Year. I think I saw you on Christmas time, but if not, I'll wish you a late Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you and your boyfriend for sure. her her ogre, she just said. Jeez, oh, peace. That's funny. I shouldn't laugh at him, actually. No, I'm not laughing at him. I'm laughing at her. She just said he's an ogre, so he could probably come over here and whip my butt like instantly. So, yeah. Guys, you guys are talking a little bit back and forth, which is pretty cool. Look, guys, I did what a lot of you guys did, and it sucks. I don't know. I'm not talking about what I'm proud of or not proud of. I'm just telling you guys the truth. I'm not going to lie to you. I voted for Trump twice, okay? So it was him versus Hillary. Yeah. Then versus his former vice president. Trump's been no friend of the Second Amendment, guys. Not at all. It's just true. I mean, it's true. I don't know what to say. I'm just getting sick and tired of this. I like some stuff Trump did with the economy, okay? Certainly, I like the gas prices when he was in office. Like, look, I don't want to get into all of it, but I'm sick and tired of having to keep voting for the lesser of two evils, where it's the same coin and you can vote for heads or you can vote for tails, and I like both sides of this coin. But this coin, it's the government, and it's called the election. It's called the ballot. The most fortified of all time, all these crazy things. I'm sick and tired of where they march these two people out there, and I'm like, all right, can't stand either of them. They're both jackboots. They're both totalitarian, authoritarian. Both are going to come for our guns. But the problem is the way everything's set up right now with all the parties and the fundraising and the candidates, you know that a third party isn't going to be able to just, you know what I'm saying? He's not going to be, a third party is not going to be able to just win. Now, we could argue that if we stop thinking like that, we could have a movement, and I'd probably be all for that, to get third parties right up where they truly have a chance. But here's the problem. For the president, you could actually get a third-party candidate that could win the physical popular vote majority in every state and still not win, because when their electors get sent, the elector has a choice to cast one or the other. And the political parties are what controls all of it, really. And you know who controls the political parties? The lobbyists. And that's when we start talking about all these famous billionaires, infamous billionaires, and companies and overseas companies, and on and on and on. And I don't want to get into all that too much, but what I'm saying is there's the parties and the corporations are all running all this crap. So you go up there to vote, and you're like, well, Trump's ran good businesses. He's a good businessman. He's promising these tax cuts. He's going to do good. I love it how he called out CNN and all these people for being fake news. There was a lot to love about him, but at the same time, I knew he wasn't pro-gun. But I still don't regret my vote. Now, that's terrible to be in that situation. And at the expense of sounding like a hypocrite to some of you, and I'm sorry if I am, but I think a lot of you guys are kind of nodding your head because you feel the same way. Look, this one guy runs up there, he sucks, and he wants to do this. Then there's the other one that sucks more. So you usually vote for the one that sucks a little bit less, right? And that's why we need to be involved in our state legislature. That's very important. And I actually just saw, and literally I can't make this up, my friend Clovertack, who's been an awesome friend of the channel, friend of the Second Amendment. Thanks for the super chat, man. And Happy New Year. He recorded tons of stuff and was very active, grassroots level, boots on the ground, of getting the constitutional carry in Texas passed, where he could actually go to the state legislature and film from there. And you guys have seen my videos in the past of me in our state capital of Lansing, and I have the personal cell phone number of my state rep and even a couple other reps that aren't my state rep. But look, guys, you can still actually get to people and talk to them within your school board, your city council, your county commissioners. Remember, we worked really hard for Monroe County, Livingston County, many counties throughout Michigan to become pro 2A sanctuary counties. As far as just this suit that's going to be elected the president, that's kind of like, yes, it's the highest office in the land and it's very important, but that's almost like in a different universe. That's the political parties that get to, they pick the candidate, the lobbyists pick who they are. You guys know what I'm saying, right? There's lots and lots and lots of good money involved in all this stuff. And I don't know. There's some things that I really liked about Trump, and I still do. And I don't take back the fact that I voted for him, because in almost every regard, he was better than Hillary and this current former vice president, okay? But yeah, he wasn't as pro-gun as I would be, or most of you guys would be, obviously. And hope, and maybe overall he sucked a little bit less. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Gort's getting ready to do a toast with his beautiful wife, and I've been on for an hour and 55 minutes already. I think I'm gonna head out of here because I want you guys to enjoy your New Year's and your toast with your other family. I know we have our own family in here. We actually do, okay? But yeah, your more important family, your husband, your wife, you know what I'm saying, right? I can't believe that Trump sacrificed bump stocks. I can't believe he banned all of the Molot, the Vapors, which were awesome sporting rifles from Russia. That really ticked me off. Yeah, Trump talked too much. He said a lot of stuff. I liked a lot of what he said too, though. When he said, "You are fake news." I loved it. I loved it. Finally, somebody with the balls to call out the fake news. I loved it. He wasn't great on guns, though. You know what I'm saying, Michael? He really wasn't. I mean, he's never really been good. He's never really been good on guns his whole life. This gets complicated. It's getting a little bit later. But yeah, you're right. Bill Alexander said it best. It's always the lesser of two evils. Why? Well, they actually talk about it in the Federalist Papers, right? Seriously, I've talked about this before. Maybe I should bring it up in a future stream if you guys are interested and give you guys exact quotes. But you had Madison, Hamilton, wrote a lot of the Federalist Papers together, so we're not sure which one said it. But they said, look, if men were angels, we would need no government at all. But since men are not angels, we're going to need a government to actually protect. The reason why is to protect the people's natural God-given rights from other people. Because people are flawed individuals. There's no such thing as a perfect person. I mean, there has been, but he died quite some time ago, and in my opinion, it's coming back. But I digress. So none of us mortal human beings are perfect, obviously. So they said, look, if men were angels, we'd need no government at all. But since men are not angels, we're going to need a government to protect people's natural rights so that people wouldn't become petty tyrants and take them. But then they also went on to say that if government were angels, we would need no checks and balances. But since government are definitely not angels, emphasis on that, we would need both internal and external checks on that government. So this was all acknowledged before our government was even formed, before we even became the United States of America. And I literally think that's seriously always going to be that way. Since people aren't perfect people, you're always going to have lesser of two evils. But it shouldn't be this bad. It shouldn't be where they're like super, super, super draconian and evil against protecting your rights versus just a couple inches or a little bit less. No. As soon as it comes to anything, literally, it's an abdication of duty. As soon as they try to restrict even one right, because the only reason the United States was formed was to protect rights that are inherent. The Declaration says these are laws of nature, and of nature's God. It goes on to say that the government would be instituted amongst men, and that they would literally serve at our pleasure. And if they go against those ends, that it's our right and it's our duty to actually abolish it. That's how this country was formed, right? So I'm going to let you guys go because you guys are getting ready to celebrate New Year's with, like I said, we're a happy family in here, but some of your actual, you know what I'm saying? You guys want to do a little toast here? I'm just going to take one last look at the chat before I get on out of here. Smash time. What's happening, man? Happy New Year, dude. Happy New Year. I hope your channel's doing good, man. I've been so busy running around. I've barely been able to watch anybody's videos, but I'll try to get over on one of your streams in the chat here again soon, man. Nice to see you. Mike McClune, I'm sorry to hear about that, man. I'm sorry to hear about that. God rest her soul. I know your grandmother's not been doing too good, and it's kind of hard, man. I know it's easy for me to say, but I lost my grandmother, and she meant a lot to me. I'm not trying to say I know what you're going through, but I guess I'm kind of do. You know, it sucks. And it's easy for someone like me to say this, but maybe there's a little bit of happiness in it. She's probably right now just looking down saying, you guys have no idea. It's a lot better up here. You know what I'm saying? So with as much sadness as there is, there's a little bit of happiness, and just celebrate her life and remember all your memories, man. I'm sure she's doing just fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure she's in a heck of a lot better place than we are right now. I'll tell you that much. Matt Matrix says rebellion to tyranny is obedience to God. And this isn't a religious channel, and I respect all of you guys' rights. I've never tried to convert anyone to anything, but this country was founded on God. It literally was. Alan Zoe, Happy New Year. Happy New Year, man. Nice to see you. I'm seeing a lot of people popping in that I'm sure you guys are usually here. I just don't normally see you because I'm reading a lot more chat tonight than normal. Yep, they call it all in the Federalist Papers, as I was just talking about. Yep. Joe Falcone, how you doing, man? Falcone, I believe that President Trump knew he would not have tried to take our guns. I'm sorry, I'm having a little hard time reading this. I'm saying he would not have tried to take our guns now that he was pro-gun. Yeah. Well, he said, look, if you elect me, your 8-year assault on the Second Amendment's over. Well, he actually kind of sort of did about exactly the same against the Second Amendment as Obama did. I've talked about it before. It is what it is to a point, but I like to keep talking about it a little bit. Sam, Happy New Year. Neil Lexington, my Michigan folks, ready for the snow. I know we're getting snow tomorrow night. I'm going to do my stream on locals. Make sure you guys check that out. G3C giveaways tomorrow. Then it's over. It's ending tomorrow. It's been going on for 5 days. And in 15 minutes, that Sky deal's over. That's over on locals. And I'm going to stream there. Then as soon as I'm done, I'm going to be out plowing snow. Just as I'm ready to leave, more awesome people are popping in the chat. Ross, Happy New Year, man. Nice to see you, dude. Oh, look at all you good people. Yeah, Rich Key. Trump was quoted, take the guns first, then due process. I've talked about it 100 times. I don't want to rip on Trump all night. I just like to call it how it is, you know. Just like to call it how it is. Somebody said earlier in the chat I should run. I don't know, man. I've thought about it, actually, but here's the problem. Every one of those end up being corrupt, and I don't want to end up being corrupt. You get, like, taken in this room, and you think you're drinking your iced tea, but there's really, like, a roofie in it, and then you fall over, and then they do some kind of brain surgery. I don't know. Like, is it even possible to be in federal government without being corrupt nowadays? I have no idea. Part of me would like to try to run for some type of office and make a change, but I don't have the money to get elected, so I wouldn't get elected. But if I did, but there's just something about it, man. I just want to still be a human being. And it seems like once you become elected to something, like, that just goes. Do they literally, like, take you in a back room and there's some technology we don't know about where they go like, I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know if I want to find out, is what I'm trying to say right now. Thanks for the encouragement, Bob. I appreciate it. And yes, I agree with what Coach Steve's saying. I'm not going to tell you guys what to do, but for the most part in life, but you probably shouldn't drink and drive because you have the right, only as far as that your rights don't infringe upon other people's rights to life, liberty, and happiness. So I'm sure there's no one in here that's going to do it, but don't get trashed and kill an innocent family, a young child, or even an old person, because they all have the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as well as you have the right to imbibe. Just don't take anyone else's rights away. And that's what I'll say about the whole, New Year's thing, where a lot of people are having a few and having a good time, KMI building, Happy New Year, man. Rich is drinking and typing. Well, that's fine, because I don't know, man. Don't hurt that keyboard, dude. Those can be expensive nowadays with all the shortages. Oh, man. There might be something to what you're talking about, Alonzo. I think I've called you Alan a bunch of times. I'm sorry. The font's small. Alon. Yep. All right, guys. I'm out of here. I wish all of you guys a Happy New Year. I literally have videos uploaded right now to YouTube that I'm going to put public as soon as I can get them through the little court of appeals process, whatever you want to call it, right? And I will be on local streaming around 9:30 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow, where we touch guns and we will have a good time. And I'll see you guys hopefully I'll have a video up published in the meantime, but I'll also see you guys again here next Friday. Couple last minute people in here. Happy New Year, Wes. Nice to see you, man. Happy New Year, Richard. The beautiful Linda 2A girl. Definitely happy New Year to you. And the ball's going to drop, as the old saying goes. So you guys need to get off of here and celebrate whatever you're doing in about 12 minutes. All right, guys. I'll get a hold of you later, Scooby-Doo. I'll see you around tomorrow or the next day. All right, guys. Happy New Year. Thanks for watching, and have a good one.